Hello, hello. What's up, Cam Every Day? I'm Big Chocolate, also known as Cameron Argon. I guess I could go the other way around. And I'm putting together a set for my gigs this next week in Florida and Alabama. And I thought of some new tips for you guys, some stuff that I think about when I build sets, and some things that I've actually, these things I think about I've learned in the past. So I figured I would share some experience and some advice that I have learned and been given over my career. And they have to do with your sense of flow and your song choice. And this all depends on what kind of DJ you are and what kind of stuff you want to play and whatnot. But if you want to be kind of taking people on a proper journey, these are some things you should probably listen to. Now, this first tip applies to that for sure. I don't know why I was thinking it wouldn't. But it's your very start, your very first track. And there's two ways I've heard people go about it. They pick their first track based off of what the DJ before them is playing. And that is what I would recommend to avoid. And how that usually goes is you walk up to the decks and you're looking to see what track the guy is playing before you and what tempo it's at. And then you start thinking about what song I could play that would be good after that. And you start going through your songs, and maybe you find one, maybe you don't. Either way, you're kind of flustered. And either way, it's going to take you about 10 minutes to get to where you actually want to be, which is transitioning from his set to your set. Because every song leads into each other. And if you pick some random song that you weren't even intending on playing, it might take you 3-4 songs until you get to where you actually want to be. So I would advise not to mix based off the person in front of you. And I would advise your first track to be something that's going to kind of introduce you, not verbally, like in pick up the mic and say like, yo, yo. I mean, you can do that if you want, but that's not what I'm talking about. This is a song choice introduction. And I want it to introduce your vibe to the crowd, but it's mainly about you getting comfortable with you being up there. Your own introduction to you being like, okay, this is my time, this is my hour, let's set this up, and we're dialing in the energy like this, and the crowd will pick that up as well. It's a non-verbal introduction, and I think it will help you get more comfortable, and it will definitely help you set up your mix and your set to kind of match your energy, which is what you want. You want to be confident up there, and you kind of want to break those little bugs. So it's nice to have something to kind of introduce yourself with. And sometimes you might need to set up some stuff too. You might need to find your playlists and whatnot on the other CDJs, and it's nice to have a first song that can kind of reset the tone of the room in a way, but not too drastically. Just enough to kind of let people know that someone new is up there, and to give you enough time to kind of get adjusted to you being up there. Not spending the first 10 minutes of your set mixing from the last guy's set, because people might be confused and you're going to not like it either, and you'll be flustered, and it will for sure throw you off a little bit. You might reflect poorly on those things, and that's really where it's coming from. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is kind of how to structure your overall set after your intro. And this is a thing that I have had experience with and problems with, good times and bad times. And it's mainly about playing stuff that you really want to play. The special secret sauce that you're bringing to the table that you're excited to play with. I really don't think you should lead out with that stuff either. I think the first part of your set should kind of be a little more solid, if you know what I mean. Like you're just killing it. All you want to do is lock the audience in with you. So just play a good set. Play stuff that's going to be matching the vibe of the party. You don't want to be playing your wonky, super strange stuff right away. You kind of want to get people locked into you. And once you have them with you and they're rocking with you, that's when you can kind of take them on a journey. And you can start to throw in your strange things and things that they might have not heard before, and taken places that they weren't at before you were playing. But you wanna lock them in with you. You don't want to come up there and start throwing these curveballs right away. You kind of want to lock them in, and then once they're really rocking with you, you get what I'm saying. You can kind of make it a more otherworldly experience instead of doing that right away, and it really kind of complicates the flow of things because people are expecting you to come up there to kill it, right? And when you come up there and you start doing all this weird shit, they're going to be like, what the hell is this? But if you started doing that weird shit, like after you had them all kind of locked in, like, okay, then they would be following you to wherever directions you want to go. And I would say after that little lunar exploration trip you take them on, I would take them back down to Earth. And I would try and end your set strong, not weird. I'd try to end your set with kind of the same intentions that the beginning of your set has, in a way. And, that obviously depends on what type of night you're playing and kind of how you want to end things and wrap things up. But I personally think you should end things strong. Myself, I've definitely ended things in more of a throwback fashion, where you just start playing a bunch of throwbacks towards the end of your set. And I don't know, to me, it depends on the night, and sometimes that's been really strong. I usually won't do that unless I know it's going to be strong. So that's doesn't matter what you do as long as you kind of end it with some more solid intentions. So to recap, don't mix in from the last guy. Introduce yourself sonically, not just to the crowd, but to yourself, to the table, and to the environment, so you can get comfortable and get ready to kill it, and then kill it. Start crushing that stuff, get everyone rocking with you, and then if you want, take them on that journey and make your set a lot more interesting than if you just banged it out for a straight hour. You can do that too with style, but that's the thing. It's all about your style as a DJ and what you want to be bringing to the party. You're the energy you bring. And so wave it up in the middle and then kind of land that spaceship back down on Earth and get them all rocking with you until you're out of there. I think those are some solid little things to think about for sure when you're thinking about going up and DJing your set for any kind of night, really. Anyways, I hope these tips have helped someone, and look forward to more. Thanks for watching.
They talked about my state from all over the world, which I didn't say. They said that